Hello, my beloveds. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am sharing with you my interpretations on this week's runes. So let me invite a couple friends. Hang with me. Hang with me. Let's get this lady. Let's get this lady. Let's invite this chick. Oh, man. Let's see who else we got here. This one for sure. Yep. All right, y'all have to let me know how you like these runes. So thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to remember who all participated in them this week. Oh yeah, I have it right here. Let me just look and see real quick. Already got. Okay, is that everybody? Okay, so as y'all probably know already, there's no right or wrong way to play around with these runes. You can pick one, you can read them as all three together. I find that a lot of times whenever I look at three cards laid out or three runes laid out, three messages, they typically build on each other. Like one kind of represents the past, one represents right now, one represents the future. Typically is how it falls for me, but there's really no wrong way. This is for you to play around with your intuition, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So relax into it, have fun with it, and speak up. Speak up if it makes sense. Speak up if it doesn't make sense. And we're going to explore this fun world together. But so far, these runes have been just hitting it on the head for me, and I've really been enjoying playing with them. So I hope that y'all find the same. I'm just trying to invite everyone that I can think of. Okay. What's this group, girls? It's remember everybody's who's in here. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share. I posted the three runes. I posted the links to the website that I'm really enjoying getting the interpretations of the runes from. But I also want to add in my 2 cents. So this first one, it kind of looks like the number 1 or a capital I without the extra marks there. It's Isa. Isa. The literal word means ice. And it represents standstill. That was the word that's on my little decoder sheet that I got, standstill. So when we think about ice and we think about staying still, we can think about those things that freeze us into place. We can think about those things that keep us stuck, feeling stuck in life, or like we're just limited and cannot move beyond where we're at. What's important to realize about ice is that just because it looks very still on the outside, it doesn't mean that things aren't happening on the inside. So just like we can see ice cover a tree, it doesn't mean the tree dies. It just means it gets to rest. It gets to rest and it gets to reflect in the stillness. And for many of us that are drawn to this path and this work, it is not a matter of we're not there yet. It's a matter of we're already freaking there and we're so busy running ahead, it's important to stop and be still. And in that standstill, you can discover more truths, more energy, more perspectives. You can rest, you can recharge. And it can also, if we look at it like, if we look at this as an unfolding story instead of just the individual rune, we can look at in this past experience, what you have been going through has been keeping you stuck, or you've been feeling like you're at a standstill. So this doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're stuck. It just means life is keeping you here for a reason. So opposed to struggling against it, as we may be inclined to do because we like that motion and that movement and we're used to it, if we're stuck in a pattern, if we're stuck in a rhythm, if we find ourselves frozen, it's an opportunity to shift the way that we experience that, as y'all hear me say all the time. Hey, who's here? I see somebody join live, so chat in, let me know that you're here. And definitely let me know if these are hitting home for you. I see that there was a lot of picks for the middle one, so I want to talk about that one next, and the first one was picked as well. So let me know how that's resonating with you. This standstill, this feeling stuck, this ability to rest and to recharge and not stuck, frozen, incapable of movement, but instead looks solid on the outside, lots happening on the inside. And a lot of our stillness is extremely productive because in that standstill, in that stillness, you can start to see things from different perspectives. Okay, so the second rune this week is Dagaz. Dagaz. And it looks, if you look at it, almost like a little butterfly with its wings opened up, no little antenna, but with its wings opened up. And that's exactly what Dagaz represents. The word itself comes from daylight, so we can think of breaking dawn or the light of day or breaking light in on a situation. And it is representative of transformation. So just like the butterfly is complete on the other side of transformation, kind of like that standstill, right? We're stuck, we're frozen, we're in the standstill, and then as the ice starts to thaw, we actually can transform and get into movement again and have new beginnings, let light in where there was only darkness before. And the word that was associated on the card is home. And while that doesn't necessarily seem like anything to do with home, if you think about the home in which you carry around with you at all times, I think about paying attention to the light that we let inside our home, and what is the darkness that is coming up in the light or coming up within our home, within our beingness, that is asking to transmute, to transform, to bring in the light of love, and to cast out the shadow parts of selves. So if you chose this room, it could be an opportunity or a sign of transformation, of growth, of getting back into that action that happens on the other side of that light coming in, that end of hardships and the daylight breaking on a new day. Definitely can speak to that. And you can also, again, take that internally and think about this home environment that you have living inside of your head, inside your heart, inside your being, inside your physical body. New growth in the now. Follow your light and stay true to yourself. So if you're having disruptions within your home, and again, this can be your physical being home, this can be within your household, you know, that's really, really ramped up right now in at the recording of this. Right now, there's a lot of transformation that's happening within homes. So think about within yourself, what is true to you, following your light, anything that seems like it's dampening it, how can you bring more of your truth and your light to the surface within your home environment, within your home beingness, and within the transformation, the hardship, the growth that you have going on right now. Okay, and then the third rune is this little fella right here. Kind of looks like a pointy R, and this is Raido. Raido, and just like its name kind of sounds like, it means ride, and that's movement, action, going forward. So you can see how we were stuck in this ice, we evolved with this transformation, and now the wheels are in motion and it's time to go. So it's time to take action, it's time to get into movement. And it doesn't, I mean, it's really, you need to be on the right path in order to find your way, you know, pointed in the right direction with this movement. But even if you find yourself on the wrong path or stumbling along or on a path that you aren't all that familiar with, just know it is most important to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And actually it perfectly lines up again with what's happening energetically. Mercury's out of retrograde, we've shifted fully into Leo season, we're through the Lion's Gate of 8-8, and now it's time for new direction, new action, new opportunities, new circumstances, new growth, and with that comes new hardships, new learning in the next phase of cycle. So know that that also lies on the other side of Raido as well. This action and this movement forward. What's the other note that I made? Making decisions, indecisiveness, helping you to be more decisive. You got to keep moving forward. So if we follow again the transition of the runes, as we're following what is true to us and bringing light to that, let that be the arrow that points you forward. Move into that direction, and that's actually what is exactly happening in my world right now, which is really, really cool to see these runes represent. Is this decision? It's like, oh, we're going into the fall. It's time to put out some new offerings. So what do I want to do? What is it that I want to do? And it was pretty clear to me. I want to do whatever gets me the most excited and I have the most fun with. Because if all of the universe is backing my every move, and the more that I'm true to myself, the more everything falls into place, why not move away from my logical ways of thinking about what's next and move towards what gets me the most excited, what feels the most right, and what am I being naturally tugged towards. So keep that movement going forward, and take the road less traveled. Now, this is really cool. I was thinking about the road less traveled, and previously, all that I ever really thought about was how it's the road that most people don't take, right? We see a lot of people doing what's easy, so let's do what's harder, right? And I always thought about comparing what path other people were taking to myself. The new way that I invite you to consider this road less traveled is for you to take the road that you are less traveled. So if you typically say, okay, we can do that because it's easiest, but it's not honest, the road less traveled is honest, not easy. So if this one is the one that called to you the most, really think about that. What roads less traveled can you start to venture down in order to keep yourself moving forward in this accelerated time with your growth and development? So stay the course, definitely. If you feel stuck, frozen, just be in that stillness, because it will thaw and you will move forward. And once you get into that transformation, follow that light and just keep the wheels moving. All right, my beloveds, let me know if this is hitting home for you, if it helps with clarity, if you like my 2 cents, it's a way one with the 2. Let me know what y'all want to do with these runes, because I'm having a fun time playing with them. I did drop them the other day and busted one of them or 2. But I'm going to figure that out by next week. Okay? Love y'all.